Alrighty guys, what's up? So today I have the pleasure of talking to the owner of a Peacock and these two beautiful cars. Let's get right into it. Welcome to BodeVision. Alright guys, so let's get right into it. I guess introduce yourself. They probably know who you are. Most of my subscribers came from your guys' channel. But being as it may, introduce yourself to the people.
Hopefully not. We're hoping you explode. Yeah.
You're huge now.
I'm Robbie.
And I'm Travis.
And we run the channel Refined Movement. You've probably seen Trav's Civic EK, which we started off with doing his Project Track car. This is my daily EK, which you all have seen in the background of a lot of my videos where I do my Project EG track car.
Right, and it's so cool. Well, the thing is, you guys do a lot of stuff that's really track inspired and stuff like that, but how do you feel daily in such a clean car? Do you get a lot of looks, and do you find that a lot of people try to race you on the streets and you're just trying to get to work or something? And this is your daily, or you have a different daily?
Yeah, no, this is my daily. I've been driving this car for going on 8 years now. I bought it from an old woman in Miami with 24,000 miles on it. I got 98,000 miles on it right now. Original D-Series, original everything, full interior, everything. All I've done is lower it on the K-Sport coilovers and then Enki tires or Enki wheels here.
Right, that's great. I'm sorry to cut you off, but anyways, my channel, my stuff. I'm saying this is my stuff. Anyways, so I'm running the show. But anyway, so you said you bought this stock. I'll just go to you, Travis. If you were to buy a car right now, like let's say you didn't have this and you had to buy a new car, do you think it's important to buy a stock car, or would you maybe buy a car that somebody has already worked on heavily?
The problem with the Honda scene, and you know that, and you know it, is that these cars are, if they're already modified, it's usually not in a good way.
I don't think I've ever found it in a good way, to be honest.
And we've already been burned on, our Project CRX, which is way back. You guys, if you dig down in our channel, it's in there, and that burned us. And Rob's had some issues with his EG, so. I would rather buy a car that's unmodified.
Right, I definitely agree. Old woman Miami, that's the best place.
And I bought this from an old man in Orlando. He was in his 60s.
I agree. If you start with a solid base, wouldn't you guys agree the end product is going to be that much better? Because right now the EG, you're getting it running because of issues like this. If you would just have a solid base, you'd be good to go.
Well, so it depends on what you're going for, right? I wanted a solid, reliable daily car. I want to get to work.
Right, this is perfect.
Exactly. Yeah. The EG I bought as a project, knowing it's probably going to be a ball of headaches.
And it's such a great platform. The EG on the, what better car is there? EG hatch track.
Nice and light.
Marriage in heaven.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet.
Right, so speaking of Refined Movement, you guys have probably seen a bunch of their videos of these two cars. How did Refined Movement start? Where did that come from? How long have you guys been Refined Movement? Give me a little history about that.
Well, we started because we both ended up with virtually the same car. Mine's just the coupe version of his car.
But way back when they were stock, everything
was stock. And, we had to do maintenance on our cars and stuff like that. So we just started tinkering and kind of fell down the rabbit hole, of the import scene and, modifying your car. And
because I think initially we were more like, hey, let's just make a real nice street car. Like we're like, oh, like everyone, let's do an engine swap. But then I think slowly Trav and I more so started to go towards the track car route in the sense that we're interested in driving and learning how to get better as drivers.
Right. I believe that the best way to change your car, and I love that your guys' channel, that you guys don't do this for a living, but you do the work. And I found that when I was younger, the reason why I know how to do what I know how to do now is I didn't trust other people with my car. I had got a paint job with My Hatch. I don't know if they're familiar with My Hatch, but that was the only thing. I had been burned at so many places because it's just so hard to trust people, and that's unfortunate in the car scene that we've been in. So have you guys been heavily burned? I know you mentioned something about being burned on a motor. Tell me a little bit about that. What happened?
If anyone is familiar with Refined Movement, you're familiar with the rod-knocking D16 Z6 that was in my car. Yeah, we're still learning, just like everyone out there, man, and I'll never claim to know everything. I am not a mechanic by any means, but so yeah, if you don't know what you're looking for, you can get burned.
Yeah, and I think that's so important to understand. never be cocky with the car scene. Except like if somebody wants to give me any tips, I'm happy for that. You know what I mean? I'm never going to say my jobs are perfect or anything like that, because there's always the imperfections. So, and I think that's important to making a good car scene. I mean, wouldn't you think, to just understand that everybody knows something different, that everybody can teach you something, stuff like that. I've learned a bunch of things from you guys for doing YouTube and stuff. I'm not so familiar with that, excuse me. You guys have any final thoughts on the car scene? Where do you think it's going? Any major future plans for refined movement in the future?
I mean, we just want to get to be better drivers. I mean, we've been heavily modifying my car, and Rob's going to start more modifications on his EG, but we just want to focus more on driving coming up, you know, and being better on the track.
I agree. That's my whole focus with that car. You know, I was just telling Travis on the way over here, like, is in terms of working on my daily car, I really don't care to ever do it. But in terms of which I do, I always work on it. But what I'm trying to say is that working on a project car that I know I'm going to be racing, that's just so much more motivating for me.
Right, definitely. And then I think, I was reading through some of your guys' comments.
Yeah.
I know the comments, that people are crazy on YouTube, but how do you guys feel about running D-Series on the track? I know some people hate on that, but what is the reasoning behind running a single cam on the track?
Because people think, when you think of a race car, you think of high horsepower, and that's not what you need to race. You could go race in this piece of junk, you could go race in a truck, you could go race in anything with a motor, and we just want to learn how to race and then build up from there.
Right.
My very first track day, I took a bone stock 92 Civic EG with stock suspension, stock D15 B7, and I ran the hell out of that thing. And it was probably the most fun I've ever had doing car stuff. So you can track whatever it is you have. For me, running a D-Series, it's all about learning with that power. I want to get comfortable with the way the car feels, the way it's moving, coming into corners. You know, 90 miles an hour is still 90 miles an hour, whether or not you have 500 horsepower or whether or not you have 100 horsepower. Obviously, it accelerates different, but so get familiar with the power that you have, then you upgrade.
Right. I think that so many people they overlook the fact that, oh, it's a single cam. Honda has this vibe and this culture that the first thing you got to do is a swap. But you guys are absolutely right. You should learn with the power that you have, and that's driver mod. You guys are so focused, driver mod, suspension, wheels, tires.
Right.
It's so much more important than putting a JDM B20 in the car or something like that.
So it's all about priorities, right? I mean, if that's your goals, to go in the straight line and do that stuff, then sure, maybe
it's all relevant, right?
Yeah, maybe that's the important thing. But suspension still always comes into play. It's just, you know, it's baby steps. Racing is baby steps.
Yep.
All right, guys, so thanks so much. I really appreciate you guys sitting down and taking the time to talk to me. And I feel like it's great insight, and I feel like it's important that everybody does that talk. That's what our community is built on, is by exchanging knowledge and different stuff like that.
Well, and helping each other out.
Right,
You know,
definitely.
Adam and I have made this partnership to get my car painted, and I'm grateful. But it's also good to do something nice for one another and not screw someone over like Rob had that happen with his motor swap. So it's just a good thing to do.
It's so refreshing.
I'm always the guinea pig.
I don't think that I've ever walked away from a project that I've done, like tried to work something out with somebody and felt like I came out even. And it's so refreshing. I feel like we both, I hope you feel this, I'm pretty sure you do, like we both got solid deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got what we came for.
Right, exactly. So anyways, back to the single cam stuff. You got any words for the D-Series haters about single cams?
If you want to hate on D-Series, come over to Refined Movement.
Go check it out.
Hey man,
for life.
you know, you got to put your money where your mouth is, and you know, just put your car on track. Just do it. Don't be like, oh, I need to get this, I need to get that. Just get out there and learn for yourself.
Yep. Well said. I couldn't have said it better myself. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to Refined Movement. They got great content with a bunch of D-Series. So if you have hate comments, send it their way.
Send it our way.
I'll put his phone number on the screen so you can text it to him. But anyways, like this video, comment, subscribe. You know what it is, YouTube. We're out.